Hey everybody, welcome to our weekend check-in video for Psych 5 Social Psychology for Saturday, October 23rd. It's going to go over a few items as I always do, reminders, clarifications, etc. there. So first of all, you should have gotten feedback from your exam 3 there, so take a look at your score and check out your short answer essay questions in case I had any comments to explain why you did or didn't get the full 2 points there for each of those questions, so check that out. And as you probably know by now, during the exam weeks, I don't assign any quizzes or discussions to kind of give you a little bit of a break there. So I'm sure some of you feel you might need it there. So just kind of keep that in mind. Also, Unit 4 opened up earlier this week. It covers 3 chapters again, chapters 9, 10, and 11 on social influence, relationships, and prejudice, discrimination, and stereotyping. So kind of a grab bag of the good, the bad, the ugly, and the intriguing there too. You're going to find, especially in chapter 9. This is the real, I think, meat and potatoes of our course as far as the kind of hyper social stuff in social psychology, stuff that's really relevant and really immediate in our everyday lives. So I really like this part of the course, and I hope you enjoy it too. I think it's just totally fascinating stuff, and scary at times too when you get to that chapter 11 on prejudice, etc. I mean, it's we're the science that deals with that stuff, so it's certainly on a lot of people's minds these days. So I hope you enjoy the lectures and the book presentation on that. You're certainly welcome to work ahead there in chapter 4, and your quiz and discussion for chapter 9 on social influence, that'll be due next Friday on the 29th. Next up here is that, don't forget, and I've sent announcement reminders about this, that your literature review paper, the final paper, will be due a week from this coming Monday on November 1st there. You'll find the instructions there underneath Unit 5 of our course material, so scroll down past Unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Underneath Unit 5, past Chapter 14 there, you'll see where it says APA literature review paper, and you want to look at Component 2, the second part of the paper, because that's where the instructions are for the final paper. When you open up the instructions, you'll find at the top a little short how-to video link that I've put in there to kind of walk you through some of the instructions. I do screenshots. I just clarify some things for you. It's not very long, so you might want to check that out. It'll probably get you oriented to the paper there, if you will. You'll also find beneath the video there a couple of file links. One's in Word and one's a PDF there, so it's the same information, just 2 different file formats. As I have found that some students say PDFs open up better, like if they use their phone versus a Word file there. So take a look at the instructions and checklist file I have there. The instructions are pretty cool. You will find in the instructions there, among other things, there are links to completed samples of certain parts of the paper. The online writing lab, the OWL, or the OWL as it's called there are links for that. If you keep scrolling through the instructions, you'll find those links there. There's a link to a sample title page, an abstract page, and an actual completed APA-style literature review paper, so do take a look at those samples to help use as a model to fashion your own paper after. Also take a look at that checklist that I have with the instructions too. Consider that a list of do's and don'ts, things you do want to have in your paper and things you don't want to have in your paper, so please check that out there. At the bottom of the instruction module there for part 2, you'll see a link to a file, a rubric file, which will just give you more information about what you want to have in your paper and what you want to avoid, so you can get the most possible points there. And in the instruction file itself, you will find some detail there, but just a reminder, the paper itself, the actual literature review content has to be 4 full pages, so not 3 1/4 and not 3 1/2, but 4 full pages plus a title page plus an abstract page plus a page of references, your 5 references, and so you're going to have 7 pages altogether, but only 4 are the actual literature review content. And remember, you're going to present what you found in your list of 5 references, so it's not going to be a paper about your personal opinions or anecdotes or life experiences or musings, etc. Rather, it's going to be a presentation of what you found in the literature, so not unlike what you would find in your social psychology textbook. That's how you want to think about presenting your content there. And so just kind of be careful about that, and make sure that you say something about every one of your references. You have to cite all 5 of them at least one time. And if you do more than that, that's up to you, but you're probably going to find you're going to want to do that. And be careful that you do not cite, that is, you do not have citations in your paper for sources that are not found in your references. Again, a review of the literature means you're going to present what you found in the literature. What you found is what you documented in your list of 5 references, so you need to keep it related to those and not include other things unless you add them as references. You're certainly allowed to add as many references as you want, as many sources as you want. But again, you have to have at least 5 peer-reviewed research articles. So some of you had some problems with that back on part 1 of the paper. So please make sure that you address those issues and make sure you only use academic peer-reviewed articles. In the APA Literature Review module between Part 1 and Part 2, I do give you some instructions on how to locate a certain database that's on the FCC library website. And you simply have to check a box to make sure that what the database returns to you when you do the search for material is only academic peer-reviewed articles. And in the instructions there between Part 1 and Part 2 of the paper, I tell you how to easily do that. So you might want to check that out in case you're having some problems with that. Don't forget, too, per a recent announcement, if you're having trouble with your paper, you can use the Writing and Reading Center there at the library. They are doing face-to-face sessions for that, but they're still doing Zoom sessions too, so feel free to reach out to them. In the announcement, I sent you a link to the library website that has that section there, so definitely check that out there. It's also on the tutorial page for the college there too, I believe. Other than that, that's everything I wanted to say for this weekend here. I hope you're having a good weekend. If you need anything, just reach out via the Canvas email, and hopefully maybe I'll see you in the lecture videos, and maybe I'll see some of you during our live session this coming Monday at 1 o'clock. So take care until then.